What up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Matt Wyatt. So I recently got around to checking out this new film called Poor Things. It's starring Emma Stone, and she's playing Bella Baxter, who's been brought back to life by the brilliant unorthodox scientist who was a Frankenstein-like character, and she's an experiment in it. And she has a mind of a child who is in a woman's body, and she's on the verge of discovering about herself and of the world. And you have Mark Ruffalo, who's playing the lawyer, who takes her and runs off across the world, and she's trying to discover of who she is and who she should be, and discovering about life and the perception around it. This story was so fascinating, and this is directed by the man who directed The Favorite, the Lobster, and The Killing of the Sacred Deer. If you're someone who has watched those films, you definitely know what movie you're getting yourself into. And I, for myself, have not watched a lot of his movies. Now I'm willing, after watching this film, I'm willing to check out some of his past work. And it's not the first time that he worked with Emma Stone. They worked on the film together called The Favorite, which that got an Academy Award nomination. Watching this film, I will say I was so surprised of how much I enjoyed this movie a lot more than I thought I would. I wasn't so sure if I was going to be into it, and if I don't know if it was going to be for me, because I watched the trailers. It looked interesting, but I didn't know if it was going to be a movie being made for me. But I was so surprised of how good this is. And I can agree that this movie is so bizarre, weird as fuck, and it's over the top, but and it's disturbing as hell. But in the context, it actually was very well executed. I was so fascinated by Bella's story. You really understand throughout the whole movie why she's behaving the way she is behaving, why she has the mind of a child so much. Because when you get to like at least 20 minutes into the movie, they explained of why she's an experiment, and then why and how she came back to life. It shows you the full context, and it makes perfect sense. I mean, the scientist played by Willem Dafoe was so fantastic. The prosthetic makeup that they got, who was so deformed, and you explore his story. In his story, it was so far disturbing and very shady. But you really explore the relationship throughout the whole movie with Bella and the scientist, and he only treats her as an experiment. And but as they grew, he grows to care for her, and he's trying to shelter her from the harsh reality, because she's always saw the beauty of it and only the good side of it. But when she's exploring through the world and discovering what's going on in the world, and she's surrounded by prejudice, sadness, and suffering, and she has to explore both of that. But she's all about becoming her own independent, and behave the way she wants to behave, and not what everybody else thinks that she should act. Like, for instance, when you explore the relationship with Bella and the character Mark Ruffalo, he's trying to teach her how she should behave, what every other woman should behave. And through his eyes, he has no idea that she's an experiment. He has no idea what the hell's going on and why she's behaving this way. And the way he sees her as if she's very manipulative, and she's ruining his life. But really, that's not the case. That's not what Bella is doing. She has sex a lot throughout the whole movie. There's a lot of sex scenes, and Emma Stone went very raw and didn't hold anything back. And this movie is very graphic too. There's a lot of body parts, and there's fully nudity. So I'm not going to say that this movie is going to be made for everybody. And this is not a movie that you would take your kids to go see, because it is a hard R movie. It's very weird, and the director did not held anything back, and they did not try to water it down on it. I'm very impressed with the production design. They shot this in a soundstage, and I love that the visuals. The visuals were so beautiful. The cinematography, I give credit to whoever did the cinematography, and it deserves to get a nomination for an Oscar. I love Mark Ruffalo's performance. He's a character that is so manipulative and wants Bella all to himself, and wants to use her as a pet. But he plays it off so well in a most hilarious way. It is a satire, dark comedy. They do throw a lot of the messages of the prejudice, equality, and liberation, but it never really throws it in your face. And they did it in the most funniest way. The only couple of my negatives that I will say is that it was a little too long, and there's a montage of the sex scene with Bella that I wish we could have done without. I don't have a problem having a sex scene in the movie, but I feel like they did it a little too much and it was kind of overdone. And then I was just like, okay, let's move on and let's get to the point. That's the only negative. But you know what? It wasn't enough to pull me out of it. I thought the pros outweighed the cons. It was so funny and it's very disturbing, and I'm glad that they took a little bit more chances. And if you want to see original, unique take in some weird shit, this is one of them. And a lot of people complain that saying, "Oh, they don't make original movies anymore." Well, this is a proving point that it's proven wrong. There are a lot of original movies out there. It's just that not enough people go out and support them and take any chances. I think this is one of those movies that you should take a chance to go out and see this in the cinema. A lot of people in my theater were laughing a lot more than I thought they would, and I had a great time watching it. It's one of the best films I've seen all year, and I wouldn't be surprised if this movie gets a nomination for Best Picture. I think it's very well deserved. I won't say that this is in my top 10 or top 5. It's in my honorable mentions list, and I'm willing to watch this movie again. It's definitely have a rewatchability. Emma Stone's performance is exhilarating, and I loved that she took more chances, and it's the hardest role that she's ever been in, according to Emma Stone herself. I believe that she's going to get another win for an Oscar. I wouldn't be surprised, and I think she deserves it. If you have seen Poor Things, what did you think of this movie? Do you agree with me or do you disagree with me? And if you haven't seen it yet, are you willing to go and check this out? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you like this video, make sure you leave it a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. I appreciate you guys' support in helping me grow my channel. It really means a lot to me. I love you guys. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. And I hope you guys have a great day, great evening, and I hope you guys have a great new year. And I hope you guys stay safe and take care.